What's going on, traders? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the 3 trades that I took this past week. 2 of them were winners, 1 of them was a loser, and we'll dive into that. I know I haven't posted in 3 weeks. I apologize, but the past 2 weeks, I literally haven't taken any trades, and the other week, my confidence was just down for some reason. I don't know if it was because I was down on the account or what, but I just wasn't in the right headspace to trade. So I just took a break off the markets, and I just didn't want to risk any money. But this past week was a great comeback week. One trade hit for 8,000, another trade hit for 9,000. I was able to take my account from being down 4% to almost up 4%, and I went ahead and got a withdrawal request. So I'm super excited about that. Kind of came at a perfect time. This is only my second withdrawal request. One was in January, and I didn't make anything February or March. So this is my second one, and hopefully after that little debacle I was going through with my confidence and stuff, hopefully now, man, I can start getting payouts every month, or hopefully 2 payouts every month, and we're going to get to it. But before we jump into the breakdown, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and check out the other videos if you haven't. And I appreciate all the support, man. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Oh, real quick, if you're not following my Instagram, follow my Instagram. My Instagram handle is @EJHarden. I'll pop it up on the screen. And if you're not following my second channel, I haven't posted on that in a minute, but I promise I'll get back to it. It's a reaction channel, so if you want to see more of my personality, more funny type videos other than just trading, go ahead and check that out too. Link will be in the description. Let's go ahead and get into the breakdown. So the first trade I took last week was GBP CAD. This trade hit for around $8,000, and I believe I took this on a Monday. As always, we got to start off on a higher time frames to go ahead and see if price is bullish or bearish for the week. And in this case, price was bullish. How do we know price was bullish? One, because we see this big push up, making this higher high, closing above this previous level of structure. So if we was to mark it out with the lines, this would be the higher high. This would be the higher low. So I know that we're in this range throughout the week, and we're in this range until price either creates a new higher high or price breaks below this level of structure right here, making a lower low. So since we know that the weekly is bullish, let's go to the daily to see if the daily is bullish or bearish. And the reason I'm doing this, if you're new, I trade Alex G set and forget strategy. That's just what works for me. That's allowed me to see money out the market. And I love it, to be honest. It's really a patience game. I don't have to be on the charts every day. I just wait for the setup, wait for different things, wait for the confluences, and then I take the trade if it's there. So let's go ahead and go down to the daily. See if it's bullish or bearish. Mark our areas of interest. And then we can get into the trade that I took. So now that we know that the weekly is bullish, it's really the same thing on the daily. We see this higher high right here. You can count this as a higher low if you want. So price came up, made this higher high, broke this level of structure right here. So now once it did that, let me do that again. Broke this level of structure. So once it broke this level of structure, price was bearish. So now this is the lower high. This is the lower low. Price then continued to break it, just creating a lower low. So then this switches. This becomes a lower high. This becomes a lower low. Now, and I'm just going all the way back here for the video's sake. You don't have to. Once you understand it, then I could just simply look over in this direction to see if we're bearish or bullish. But for this case, I'm going all the way back just to show you a market structure. So since this is the lower low, this is the lower low, this is the lower high. Once price broke above and body closed above this level of structure, we are now bullish. So this is now the higher high, and this turns into the higher low. So we know that the weekly is bullish. We know that the daily is bullish. So that's already 2 time frames in sync. Once we have those 2 higher time frames in sync, we know, okay, I'm going to be looking for buys. Once I figure out my area of interest, I'll just wait for price to get back into my area of interest. Once that area of interest, once price comes back into that area of interest, I'm not worried about, oh, am I looking to sell and am I looking for buys? I already know. Weekly's bullish, daily's bullish. I'm looking for buys. Just looking for my entry to present itself. So once I figure that out, then I go and mark up my area of interest on the daily time frame. Sometimes I mark it up on the weekly, but it's usually rare. Like here, I could have marked this as a zone right here, just because this was a previous level of structure. And as you see, price respected it with this big weekly candle. But at the same time, there really wasn't any, well, I guess there was some previous levels of structure to the left, but I wasn't really looking at that. I marked the zone up on a daily, and that's where I found my entry. So let's go to the daily, and I usually mark it up on a daily. This sometimes, it depends. It really depends on the trade, if I'm marking it up on the weekly level of structure or if I'm marking it up on the daily. But I'll say 8 times out of 10, I'm marking it up on the daily. And all the area of interest is just multiple touches at a certain spot. So if we're looking, I see this spot right here. It's just an area that price has returned to that spot multiple times, and you see a reaction from. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me put this circle thing just so it makes it easier. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we see that price has returned to the zone, whether as support or resistance. In this case, it was resistance, ended up pushing down. Price came up, ended up pushing down. Price came up, ended up pushing down. Price came back up, ended up pushing down. Broke through, okay, that's fine. Broke through again, that's fine. Then price ended up breaking, using it as support now, causing price to go back up. Come back, respects it again, use it as a little bit of support, then breaks through. So, and I'm already drawing it up right now. A pattern that Alex uses, that is super helpful and that I use as well, is the head and shoulders and inverted head and shoulders. And if I keep going, marking up just price, then you'll see it right here. Once price broke above, okay, we're bullish again, came back to the zone. What am I looking to do? I'm looking to buy. And this right here is the exact inverted head and shoulders pattern that he's talking about. Inverted head and shoulders pattern that always appears in the market. And honestly, it's just literally just an amazing pattern to learn and understand and really look for. And we could do it with this tool right here. So on the daily, and the fact that you see an inverted head and shoulders on the daily should give you even more confidence that price is gonna go up and that price is headed up to the up direction. Now, I know first, let me show y'all before I even get into that. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder, boom. There it is right there. Inverted head and shoulders, perfect. Now, what I was gonna say is, I know that price made this big drop right here. Okay, don't worry about that. That we didn't know that was gonna happen. You know, that happened at the Friday, right? Yeah, that happened Friday, and I took the trade on Monday. So I didn't know that was gonna happen. But what we had to trade what we see, not what we think we're gonna see. So if I'm seeing patterns that's giving me indications that we're going to the upside, then I'm going up. Not only that, I have the weekly bullish and the daily bullish. Why would I then think that price is going to make this big move down? No, I'm going up, and I think that price is going up. So I'm gonna hop in buys whenever I get a entry signal. It's that simple. Like, I'm not saying price had to, because price could do what it wants, and as it did, gave this big inverted head and shoulders, and then ended up dropping down. Okay, that's fine. I got my money, so I don't care what it did after I got my money. You could go all the way, drop down to hell. I do not care. So just, you got to trade what you see and try not to predict. That's something that I've struggled with, is even when I'm in the trade, I'm trying to predict what the market's going to do. I'm trying to predict, oh, it's going to stop here or it's going to go down here. And we can't do that. We just got to take the trade, have confidence in ourselves, and and just, let the market do what it does. Simple as that. So now that we have our area of interest marked up, we know that we're looking for buys for this week on this specific trade. Next thing to do is to just wait. So we noticed that price was above here. I'm always waiting for price to get into my area of interest on the daily time frame. I need to see a daily candle here in the area of interest, even for me to entertain it. So I would just set an alert right here in the middle of the zone and not do nothing. Just wait for my alert to get hit. And once my alert gets hit, I'm going to go entertain price, see what price is doing. So we see that price came back into the zone. And again, we're not worried about the 4 hour because we already have 2 higher time frames in confluence. But if you want even more confirmation, boom, head and shoulders pattern right there as well. If you're new, then it might take a minute to see it, but I'm telling you, that's a good looking head and shoulders pattern. Not only that, let me redo that. Not only that, but you see, it looks like it is the start of a new trend. Where is my trend line? It looks like it's the start of a new trend. Price is coming down, breaking above this area right here. Price came down, is breaking above this area right here. And then it looks like it's making a higher low to then make a new higher high. Like, that's honestly, like I said, it takes a minute to see that, but once you see it, it becomes so clear. And sorry if it's so cluttered with all these lines, but once you see that, it takes a minute, but once you start seeing it, it looks so clear. So anyways, price came back into my zone, and I took this on the 15, if I'm not mistaken. Let me recheck that. Okay, yeah, so I took this entry on the 15 minute, and I'm telling you guys, it's literally just the same thing over and over. All I'm looking for is for price to come into my zone. In order for it to come into my zone, price has to be bearish on the lower time frames. Let me show y'all that. In order for price to come down into my area of interest that I'm looking for it to retest, price has to be bearish. I don't want to start all the way up there. Let's say, okay, here. Price is bearish coming down into the zone. In this case, all I'm looking for is for price to go bullish, give me a change of direction, pull back, and give me an engulfing candle. Now, here we see price went bullish. Let me zoom in. Let me just get rid of this. Here we see price went bullish. Boom, broke this level of structure, price went bullish. Okay, came back into the zone. Could have taken this entry. I'm not going to hold you. Could have taken this entry. Not bad. I've started to want to see the engulfing candle in the zone. That just gives me more confirmation. I feel more comfortable taking that. But you could have took this entry. Stops would have been right here. Would have been in drawdown a little. And this was also, what? It's been 60 something pips. So I personally wouldn't like that. So I wouldn't have took that. But that's not even when I saw it. So I was still waiting. But I did peep that price was bullish right here. And then price ended up going bearish right here. Price went bearish. This is a new higher high. So this is same thing that we're doing on the weekly and the daily. There's a higher high. There's a higher low. I know this. Price broke this. Okay, now we're bearish. Structure, bearish. So now, all I'm looking for, this is when I started peeping it. I was like, okay, this could be a potential trade. This, since price is bearish, this is the lower low. This is the lower high. This is the lower low. This is the lower high. I need price to break this as it did. Price broke this level of structure right here. Okay, lets me know. Okay, now we're bullish. All I'm waiting for is a pullback. And I took this trade with this candle right here. I took it with this candle right here, this engulfing candle right here. So I hopped into it. Boom. Exactly what I said. Break a structure, pull back into the zone. I have a morning star sequence. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Stops. 17. Pretty sure I have mine like down here or something. Stops right there. Let me do this. And then boom, you're in the trade. Simple as that. Then you close the laptop, you close the computer, close the tab, and you let price do what it does. Simple as that. Like, and I say simple as that, but I'm really speaking to myself, because the period where I had no confidence, I was making things harder for myself. The strategy is simple. It's us as traders who get in our heads and think, is this the right one? Or am I looking at the right thing? And all that just comes with confidence. All that plays into your confidence. If you're not confident in trading, man, good luck. Good luck. Because that's something that I dealt with for the past week, and I realized I'm being detrimental to myself. I'm not being confident in the trades that I'm taking. So why even hop into a trade? I'm hopping in blindly, hoping and wishing and praying that it works out. But that's not what the strategy is. The strategy is not hoping, wishing, and praying. The strategy is doing what the market is saying that it's going to do, potentially. So if you're struggling with confidence, if you're not being confident hopping into trades, or if you're not confident with trading, man, just take a step back. Take a step back, revisit the strategy, go over the strategy again. You might have missed something. You might learn something new. And that in turn will then reveal itself, and then you'll get that confidence. I'm telling you, I'm not saying this just to say it. I'm not saying I'm out here profitable every month. I'm not. I'm a regular trader like you, regular trader like everybody else, man. I'm just trying to get out the market. And I'm telling you, I deal with the same shit that y'all deal with. The fucking headaches that this market brings. And the lack of confidence, losing confidence, having confidence for 1 week, and then the next week you lose it because you're losing trades. Been dealing with that. But I'm telling you, take that step back, go back, revisit your strategy, get that momentum back. Before I even hopped into these trades, the past 2 weeks, I was looking at trades. I think I mentioned in the intro, there was trades I could have took that matched up line of strategy, but I just wasn't there mentally. But I imagined myself taking those trades, and then I ended up, and those trades played out, and those trades actually ended up winning. Did I beat myself up for not hopping in the trade? Of course, because that's money I left on the table. But at the same time, I just wasn't there mentally. So anyone who's struggling with confidence, anyone who feels like, they can't do it, I'm telling you, you can do it. I'm telling you, you can do it. I just pulled out $7,000 from the market this week after being low on my confidence last week. I'm telling you, you can do it. That's my little spiel about confidence, man. I'm just saying it's major. If you're going to be a trader, you got to have confidence in yourself, got to have confidence in your strategy. And if you don't have confidence in your strategy, find out why, or find a new strategy and find one that you have confidence with. But anyways, once I hopped into the market, this trade ended up going 61 pips. I don't know if news came out. Had to with this big ass candle. So apparently news came out. I can't remember what time. None of that stuff. Let me see. 8:30. Okay, it was probably some crazy news. But news came out, ended up making this trade explode. Now, I did leave money on the table. I left around 4 bands on the table. The highest I saw on the trade was 12,000. Didn't take it. I didn't want it to pull all the way back. I thought it would keep going, because once I take the trade and I'm in the trade, I end up just looking at the 4 hour. So I see this big push up. I'm thinking bet. Oh, that's a daily. I'm tripping. I see this big push up. I'm like, bet. Okay, I need price to keep going, because usually when news comes out and it's really good, actually I know what happened. News did come out, and it came out bad for Canadian dollar, and GBP came out good the night before. So that's what happened. That's why it exploded like that. And I was expecting price to continue. It didn't continue. Once I saw price started pulling back, I was like, you know what, let me just take my bread. So I left 4 bands on the table, and I ended up taking $8,000. And we could, I don't even want to look at it now. We'll look at it after. But yeah, that's the trade on GBP CAD. I know that was a little long one, but I just wanted to really break it down for you. Since I haven't taken a video or made a video in 3 weeks, we wanted to take my time, break it down so that you guys really understand everything, as well as give you that little spiel on confidence, because that's what really helped me. Okay, so the next trade is GBP AUD, and guess what? We're doing the same thing over. It's literally wash, rinse, repeat. There's nothing new. I'm not adding nothing to the strat. It's the same exact thing, literally. So on the weekly time frame, we see here, and I really hope this is clear for y'all. Y'all can see, but we see here that price is bullish. Broke this level of structure, so now we're bearish. Boom, bearish again, blah, 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 all that. All right, we see price continues bullish, and I'm not editing that out, is whatever. We see price is bullish right here, makes a low, new higher high. Okay, perfect. So we know that price right now is bullish. So let's head over to the daily, see if price is bullish or bearish. All right, so now we're at the daily. We see that the daily is bullish. Higher high right here. Price breaks below here. So now we're bearish. And did I say bearish? I mean bullish, excuse me. Bearish. Bearish. Okay, perfect. Price broke above this level of structure. Now we're bullish. So it's the same thing as GBP CAD. The weekly is bullish. The daily is bullish. Now let's mark up these areas of interest. And as you see, absolutely respected this area of interest and then pushed up, but it didn't give me a entry signal. But anyways, let's get rid of some of these. All right, starting fresh. We see this level right here. How many touches? 1 touch. I'll count this as 2 touches if you want. 3, 4, and I'd even count this one, to be honest. 5. Okay, perfect. 5 touches at this area of interest. As long as it's more than 2, 3 or more, we're good. So we know where we're headed, or what we're looking for. As far as buy or sell, we're looking to buy. We know that we have an area of interest marked up, and now we're just waiting for price on the daily to come back. So I sent my alert in the middle of the zone, let price come back. Not worried about the 4-hour because we already have 2 higher time frames going in one direction. So I'm gonna just go down, wait for my alarm to get hit, go down to the 15, 30, or the 1 hour to see if it gives me something. And as we see here, it gave us something. So on this one, I was actually late because I was working, and I noticed it. I noticed that my entry signal had already presented itself, so I wasn't sure if I was gonna hop into it. But honestly, this was too good of a trade to not hop into, in my opinion. And it's the same thing that we did with GBP CAD. Price had to go bearish to get into our area of interest. Perfect. Price went bullish. Boom, right there. Gave me a pullback into the zone. Bullish engulfing candle right here. That's the entry signal. Now, you can also do this. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, inverted head and shoulders, creating a new trend, showing us that price is ready to go to the upside. If you want, trendline users, There you go. All that right there. But anyways, so I saw this pretty late. And once I saw this bullish engulfing, I was like, what's going on here? Once I saw this bullish engulfing, I was like, yeah, I definitely missed it. Because I saw it, I believe I saw it somewhere up here. Oh no, somewhere up here, if I'm not mistaken. But even in this trade, I was hesitant to hop into it because although this is a perfect entry, exactly what I look for, I'm not a fan of hopping into it after I've already missed my entry. I don't know why. I just feel like I missed it. Now it's too late for me to hop in. And maybe I need to work on that. But in this case, I just set a buy limit for this same area. And I was praying. At this point, I was praying and hoping that price came back to tap me in order to get me into the trade so that I could actually be in the trade and get some money out of the market from this. So price ended up doing exactly that. I set a buy limit right here. Price was up. Here's when I thought I missed it. Then price ended up coming back down, tap me in on all three, on my 200, on my 100, and on my live account. Price came back, tap me in. I said, thank God. And then close the trade, close the tab. Then try not to look at it. Maybe looked at it every hour or so. And then just let it rock out. And something happened. It's not even something happened because there was no news. Thursday night, I'm hopping on the game with the guys, and I end up looking at my phone, checking the trade, and I see it just rockets. I'm talking rockets straight out of this zone. One, if you know, you know, man. Just peep the shit. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. You could have used this one as well, but I want that one. Right shoulder. Actually, no, I got that wrong. Let's fix that. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Break above, retest. What happened? Retest of the head and shoulders pattern. Let me do it like this. Retest of the head and shoulders pattern. That alone should let you know, okay, yeah, we're going to upside. I should have put another entry in as soon as I saw this retest and this bullish engulfing. I should have put another entry in, but I gotta work up to doing that first. But I should have put another entry in because that would have been absolutely beautiful. Retest, bullish engulfing, morning star candle, go straight to upside. Like it doesn't get more clear than that, man. That's why I said this trade right here was absolutely amazing. This one, I got about 9,000 out of the market from, and I left hella bread on the table as well because I only took a 1 to 2.5. You see it went all the way up here. What's this? That's 79 pips. 135 pips. Could have took that. But I didn't want to pull back on me like it did with the GBP CAD trade earlier in the week. So I was like 1 to 2.5. I'll take that. But I'm not mad about 9,000. At this point, my account was actually low because I took a stupid trade on NZDCHF, which we'll go over that real fast. But anyways, it was low because of this trade right here. And then after I took that, I was up around 200,700. No, $207,000, which is where the payout comes from. But this one, again, I'm not going to do the weekly day and all that, but just know it's the same thing. We're bearish. We're looking for sells. I was looking for price to come down, which it did, but this was on the 30. I was looking for price to come back into this level, which it did. Okay, perfect. And I'm tripping. It's over here. I saw price was in this level. Price had then made this lower low. Gave me this doji. And my entry right here was this. Now, this was the reason I say this was a dumb trade was because this was at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, I should not have taken it because the market closes at 5, but I ended up taking it, and I closed before 5. So, like I said, stupid trade. Lost 1%, but it is what it is. But this is a strategy, and its entirety. Looking for bearish movement, or excuse me, looking for sells on the weekly and the daily. Then the 15-minute is in our zone. Gives us everything we need. Perfect. And as you see, this one would have got stopped out because it would have been a small stop loss. But if I had my stop loss up here, which I was debating, if I had my stop loss up there, it would have worked out. And this one would have worked out beautifully. But what's going on here? As you see, 99 pips. And I actually could have hopped in this trade again on the 30-minute because it's, again, same thing. Price made a new higher high, broke below, going bearish, pullback, engulfing candle. Entries right here. Stop loss above structure, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17. Sorry, I got to count out loud. And you see what happened. Drops. I'm telling you, man, this strategy elite. If I'm making it confusing, I'm sorry. Go watch FX Alex G stuff, man. But I'm telling you, this strategy is elite. But okay, that is the breakdown for GBP CAD, GBP AUD, and the loss that I took on NZD CHF. Oh, before we hop into actually looking at it, and I'm sorry this video is a little long, man. Again, I haven't posted in 3 weeks. I'm hyped just to be able to, talk about this and get back at it, man. For this upcoming week, I see this level right here that price can potentially respect. Sorry if it's not zoomed in enough. I see this level right here that price can potentially respect. Same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Potentially making it 5. Not only that, we see on the daily inverted head and shoulders coming back to retest this. That's what I'm looking for, and I will take it. I'll take it right here doing that. And if it retests this and then gives me a bum, I'm taking that too, and I'm trying to go up here to these highs. Now, I don't know. I'm not saying it will do that, but I'm just saying that looks really good. So if you're seeing this, just be on the lookout. Again, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm just saying that looks really good. And the weekly, we're still bearish. We're bearish now, but we'll see. We'll let price do its thing. But that looks good right there. If everything lines up, then I'll go ahead and take that. But okay, let me actually show y'all on GUI Trade and Voyage Markets how much I actually made from these trades, and then we'll get into the withdrawal request. And that'll be the end of the video. So let's go ahead and jump to it. Okay, so we're here now on GUI Trade. Here's the trade right here. GBP CAD 4,600 or 4,062 is what I made. Net close P&L 3,983. I don't even remember taking this trade on this account, but I guess I did. So that was a loss. And then GBP AUD yesterday or Thursday, 4,173. Net P&L was 4,120. The account is now at 99,860. I plan on passing this account in the next 2 weeks. As long as, the market presents opportunities, I plan on passing this account in the next 2 weeks. Get live on this one as well. I've had this one for entirely too long. But anyways, that's besides the point. Now let's go to Voyage Markets and see those numbers. Okay, we're here on Voyage Markets. Now, I know this says 200,000. That's because I already requested my withdrawal, so it already affected my account. So now I'm back at 200,000, my starting balance. But as we see here, GBP CAD, $8,334. Net P&L was $8,197. This was an NZD CHF loss that I was talking about. And this is the GBP AUD trade that I took on Thursday. $9,172. Net close P&L was $9,035. So that's it for Voyage Trade and for GUI Trade. I'm not out here lying, man. I'm really taking these trades, and I'm really making money off of them. And I took it on my live account as well. So that's going to be all for the video. I appreciate you guys' support, man. I saw I got a new subscriber, so thank you to whoever that is. Be sure to keep liking up the videos. If you haven't checked out my other videos, go ahead and check those out. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you're a trader, man, I always say keep going, man. Don't stop. If you're lacking confidence, I already gave you that little talk about confidence, man. Just keep going. I promise you, you'll get out of it. And I promise you, you'll do better than what you even thought. If you're not following my YouTube, or excuse me, if you're not following my Instagram, go ahead and follow my Instagram. I'll pop it up on the screen. And be sure to check out my other channel. It is a reactions channel. You'll see more of my personality, watch funny videos and all that, man. So go ahead and check that out. With that being said, I look forward to trading with you guys next week. I'm out.